Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. We have Orly K.G, mom, bad mom's a comedy. Not a bad mom, a good mom, a cool mom. A cool mom. We talk comedy. She met Jay Leno. She met Kelly Clarkson, who I thought was the other lady. It was ridiculous. But it doesn't matter. We talk that. Latkes and potato cakes are the same thing. Okay, Lobo Den. Just let me know whenever we're ready. We checks? Ready? Okay, I'm about to start.
Take a picture.
Hold on, before I start, it's Orly
K.G.
Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your host, Giovanni Diaz, with Justin Smith at Comic Glove Studios. And today we have Orly K.G. as our guest. Hi, Orly. How are you doing?
How are you? Thanks
I'm doing
for
good.
me.
I'm doing good. We're both drinking whiskey.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Yours
Cheers.
is way fuller than mine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, crap. I got to record, too, so maybe I need to watch, not drink all that. But Orly is on the podcast. She's you're a bad mom.
I am the bad mom.
I never said it that way. That's funny.
Yeah. I created bad
mom.
moms of comedy. No, you probably ask my kids. They'll probably tell you, no, I'm not a good mom. No, they'll say I'm okay. They'll say I'm fine. I pass.
You pass as a mother.
Yeah.
You have teenagers.
I do.
Do you like, okay, hold on. Quick thing. I realized the other day I hate teenagers. I was at Walmart and they were around me. They're dirty. I thought I hated kids, but then I was like,
one-year-olds are filthy.
Yeah, but it's cute. You know what I mean? Like teenagers are a different type of filthy. It's like they were there. Okay, I was at Target. There was teenagers. One of them was in the cart and her boyfriend was pushing her. And
yeah, they're stupid.
And then the guy was like, can you help me? And then it's like, can you help? He can't hear you. Speak up. And I'm just sitting there like, all right, man, just calm down. And then I was at Walmart and I realized, I texted my girlfriend, I hate teenagers. I thought I hated kids. I hate teenagers.
Okay. Were you a stupid teenager?
I'm probably, you know what's funny about seeing teenagers? It's like, oh God. It kind of like, man, I wasn't, you think.
I think there's something that happens that if you were a good teenager, you're going to have a good teenager. If you were a bad teenager, you're going to have a bad teenager.
Where were you?
I was in the middle. Like, I dipped my toe into badness, but nothing horrible.
What was like badness, not like, I drink.
I stole my mom's Virginia Slims and I used to smoke them. They were the longest cigarettes on the planet.
Do you know Virginia Slims, right? It was
they were very long cigarettes. And my mom, she used to, back then you could send your kids over to the Clark gas station and go buy cigarettes. You'd go buy your mom some cigarettes. And I would steal them, but I would never take her alcohol.
What was your first alcohol that you had? Mine was, I think it was Kahlua. Well, okay. Actually, my first one was when I was 5 years old. My dad, he was crazy. He still is, but he had me take a shot of mezcal when I was 5. He was out with his friends.
That's quality.
Yeah, I said at the podcast, he was out. He's like, drink this, and I threw it, and I threw up, and it was mezcal. But he was with his friends; they were drinking, so not a good move. I don't condone it. Don't give 5-year-olds mezcal.
Well, you have to remember, I'm Jewish, so I've been to a lot of bar mitzvahs. So you steal champagne and stuff like that. I'm sure that's what my first drink was.
Did you like it? I hated it. I hated alcohol as a kid.
And it's weird now because now I drink whiskey and I think it's great. But back then I think I would, my mom's like, don't drink it. It'll put hair on your chest. And I'm like, that's okay. I can shave it.
Your mom, are Jewish women hairy?
It depends. Okay, some of them are. I am not. I am actually kind of like a hairless cat. Like I have no arm hair. I have very thin hair on my head. Like,
did you say hairless cat?
Yeah.
Like that hairless cat on the Seinfeld episode when Seinfeld and the girl are walking by and he sees it on the park bench. He touches it. So if people don't know, then Seinfeld the next day, he's uneven on his chest and he shaves his. I'm hairy, right? Mm. So. I'm asking, my girlfriend's going to do waxing or something. She's going to school for something. And then
she's practicing on you?
She will. I want to do my back. I want to get my back. Not here. I keep the hair.
Yeah, you want to keep the front covered. You want to keep your sweater.
It. I don't know.
Something to grab onto. It's fine. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, but the back is, it's not favorable. It's never been I don't think that's ever going to come into fashion.
No, the back is.
No, the one eyebrow is coming back into fashion now, which is weird. So
eyebrow. Yeah. I think you said one eye.
No, one eyebrow is coming back into fashion.
Like Cyclops.
Little.
Wait, one eyebrow?
Yeah. No one's like plucking their eyebrows anymore. Like if you look, there's like people with like one big bushy eyebrow.
Oh, I thought you meant like
there's no
just
no,
one
not
on
an
one
eye patch. What?
No,
we're
eyebrow.
talking piracy. By the way, I had an over/under on how long it was going to take you to bring up Seinfeld, and I lost because I thought it was going to be 10 minutes.
Well, you brought up the Hairless Cat.
I know, but it took you less than 5 minutes.
I just saw it yesterday.
I lost to myself.
I was watching Child's Play, which is not Jewish related, but you know Child's Play.
The scary movie?
With Chucky, the original Chucky.
Yeah.
I like watching things like that at night. So Jessica fell asleep. I'm watching. I get tired, so then I put on Seinfeld, and then it was Hairless Cat.
Okay.
So
see, then it was like, I'm going to say Besheret, which is fate, that we are talking about it today.
What did you say to Todd out there? It was a word.
We say so many.
It was a Jewish sounding word.
Oh,
it was after. It was before Meshuggah. You guys are European Jews? Was it that?
Yeah, Ashkenazi. Is that the word?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a group of Jewish people that were in Eastern Europe that there were a big horde of us there. A lot of us were unfortunately murdered in World War II, but then we came over here.
To Chicago.
So, yeah, and then there's a Sephardic Jew, which is...
I've heard that one.
Yeah, that's more Spanish Jewish. Yeah, they're probably way hotter than us.
So you grew up all the Sephardics. What's Goldberg? What kind of Jew is that?
Goldberg?
Is he? Yeah.
Who?
Is it Jim Goldberg?
Jeff Goldberg?
No. That's Goldblum, isn't he talking about?
Jeff Goldblum's hot too.
No, he's... Can you pull up a picture of Goldberg? You know how he looks.
The guy from the Goldbergs.
No.
Oh.
He looks a little bit different. He was a wrestler.
Okay.
He was a professional wrestler.
If you're going to start talking about sports, I am not the right person.
He was this guy. There we go, Bill Goldberg.
Oh, he's cute. He's also a hairless cat.
Yeah, he's a hairless cat. So I was wondering what kind of monomamously? I've never heard of that word. Often known monomamously.
I'm sure his Jewish mother is so proud that he's a wrestler.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. So there's not a lot
you couldn't be a lawyer.
And he was a professional football player.
Yeah, he looks professional in many ways.
So anyways, you're a bad mom.
I am.
Get back.
I am.
You're a bad mom. You're a mother of 2 teenagers.
I have 2 teenagers.
You're in a successful marriage. You're still married. That's successful.
Yeah. No, I really do like
20
him.
years?
20 years.
How'd you guys meet?
Oh my gosh. If you love Seinfeld, you're going to plots on this one. Okay. So I was a TV news reporter back in Maryville, Indiana.
April O'Neil style. Okay.
Yeah. So I went out to do one-man band interviews. So I had my whole setup, and I'm sticking microphones into people's faces, and I'm asking them, what do they think is going to happen tonight on the last episode of Seinfeld?
Oh, really?
I went back to the station, and my tape, because back then we used Super VHS, had a rip in it. So it looked like snow on the screen. So I had to run back out and do interviews, and I stuck my microphone in his face. And
what did he think was going to happen in the last episode?
He thought they were all going to die.
They were close.
They were so close. And he said, I think they're all going to die, and I think they're going to have to plead their case in heaven to try to get into heaven. So it was so close with the...
It's like that movie with that he's Jewish, right? Well, he has curly hair. He has that movie.
I know who you're talking about.
Brooks or something?
Yeah. Albert Brooks.
Yeah, Albert Brooks, where you've seen that movie where you have to plead your case to how to get into heaven.
And Meryl Streep's in it.
Oh, she is.
Yeah. Wow, God, that was a very... You don't like Meryl.
I associate Meryl Streep with fake orgasms because of Seinfeld. So I don't know.
Okay.
She's a good actress. But
that's how I met my husband. And I also met his brother the same day.
He was part of the interviews?
He was. And...
he got your phone number? Because this is...
So my husband, and he will tell you this as well, had no game. And so I gave him my number. I'm like, oh...
On the spot? Did you have a reason?
No. So I stayed in the parking lot. We were in front of Best Buy doing these interviews, and we had plenty. I had plenty of interviews, and I just kept waiting for them to come back out. He was buying a CD. Again, this is the oldest
John
story
Tesh, what CD was he buying? Do you know? Do you remember?
Oh, no. He was buying Garbage and The Verve.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're pretty indie rock fans.
Wait, The Verve, is that the one that lost all that money on that one song by Rolling Stones or...
Oh, I know what you're talking
something
about.
Symphony?
No, that's Oasis. But but I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But no, I don't know the story.
So you listened to Q101 maybe?
I was an intern on Q101. Okay, because hold on a second.
All right, let's slow it down. We'll get to Q101.
So no, this is really cool that you say this.
Okay.
So you grew up in Chicago. Q101 used to be Murphy in the Morning. It used to be It used to be 101.9. It was adult contemporary, right?
Oh, okay.
And then I'm in college. I apply for an internship, and I show up, and everyone's wearing plaid, and plaid shirts around their waist. I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we just switched to rock alternative last week. I'm like, can I please have a job? So we helped that summer. I was an intern with a bunch of people, including Brian, who's the whipping boy on 101.9, Brian Peruk. And yeah, we made them into the #1 station that summer. Like, we were giving away CDs and we were at concerts. I got to meet all these famous bands.
This is before Mancow, right?
Oh yeah. Then he ruined it.
He got Q101 people don't know was like alternative rock, so it was the station. Like, I felt for a little bit.
Still is. It's back now.
It's back. I think doesn't Kellum work at Q101? Kevin Kellum? No, he doesn't. No, am I making that up? He's. I
think he's in he works remotely for a radio station in Rockford, I want to say, and then he does a lot of the wrestling stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought he was a Q101. I thought he had a Q101 bit or something, but anyways,
I can totally see him calling me and be like, "Don't put me down. I totally was. And I'm so sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry if I got that wrong."
I thought he had a Q101 bit. So you worked at Q. Yeah. So Q101 was like, I think.
No, I was an intern, so I was unpaid. Service, but it was awesome. So much fun.
And then you left. How'd you end up in Indiana? Oh, so your husband was from Indiana?
Mm-mm. No, his mom was living there at the time. He was visiting. My husband's from Miami, Florida, and he lives here in Chicago now. Oh, because I am incredible as a wife. So yeah, his brother ended up marrying a girl from Deerfield. So, half of them came up here.
Yeah, the North Shore. So you guys met. Okay, now you gave him, you're in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. I gave him my number and I said, I'll let you know when it's on television and blah, 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 call me. And then he's like, okay. And he gave his number to my male intern. And I thought, maybe I got this wrong.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. And he was just like, I was just intimidated. You're like holding a microphone. Right. There's nothing. Well, there was something wrong with it because I was hitting on you. Yeah. And yeah. But I called him that night just to be like, hey, did you guys tune in? And then we were just talking on the phone. And then I talked to him the next day on Friday. And then we were going out Saturday night. And I happened to be visiting my mom that weekend. And she goes, have you been on the phone with this guy? I said, I'm going out on a date tonight. She goes, well, what's his name? And I told her, and it's a very Jewish name.
Ari. Oh, was I not supposed to say it?
It's okay.
Okay, sorry.
And then she goes, what's he do? I said, he just graduated law school. And she's like, what are you wearing?
Jewish mom.
Oh yeah. We're TJ Maxx shoppers, but she took me to like a really cute boutique and got me a really cute outfit. She's like, you're gonna land this one.
Where'd you guys go?
So I had promised my friend before that we were gonna visit a drag club that night.
Now you guys are back visiting in Chicago, not Indiana, right?
No, this is literally 2 days later.
Okay.
We're in Chicago. We went to a drag show because I promised my friend I was going to go with her that night. She goes, you're going to have to drag this guy with you.
Okay.
So we went to a drag show and then we went to Polyesters to go dancing because Polyesters had an 80s floor. And so I love
the 80s are in right now.
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
The Stranger Things. There's something I was watching the other day with the 80s. I think it was a movie. I don't know. My memory's not helping right now, but
I'm into like alternative 80s, like The Cure, Depeche Mode, like even more Susie and the Banshees, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm just pretty much showing off that I'm old.
Are you on the Instagram? I'm going to shout out some of the Instagram. Psycho Rebel.
I'm on the Instagram, yeah.
Psycho
Which
Rebel.
is not my joke.
I would. It's one of your. Oh, wait, question. But anyways, Instagram Psycho Rebel. I follow him. It's some kid. Mm-hmm. Right, Psycho Rebel who puts up all this music, 80s, 90s grunge. He's like a 19-year-old kid. And
Sweet.
And it's like every day. It's a great page. I like all music except for country. There's no Jewish country stars, right? I'm guessing no.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah. Well, before Goldberg, I don't know about wrestlers or in the NFL. I know the Jews. Boxers, before Mexicans took over the boxing, back in the 20s or 30s?
When Muhammad Ali was?
No. It's okay. It was like in the early turn of the century. I think a lot of the great boxers were Jewish. And then it went from Jewish to Irish. And then Mexicans came and they're like, I want to get punched in the face.
Again, if you're going to bring up sports with me, I am not the right person. I'm sorry, Giovanni.
I watch some sports, right? Golf? Do you golf at all?
Again, still a sport.
Some people don't consider it a sport.
Yeah, no. Anything that I have to show my legs, forget it. No, I'm not going to wear shorts. I'm not going to wear a skirt. No tennis. No, none of that.
Nothing grown up. What were you? Okay. As a...
I sound like so much fun.
No, I don't like doing anything. So, like, at all. Like, I feel like, okay, does your husband like doing stuff?
Yes.
But he does, okay.
Yeah, very into fantasy football.
Okay.
He's very Miami oriented. So he likes University of Miami football. He
Dolphins.
likes the Dolphins, I think, but it's more like fantasy football. And he's very into the Miami Heat. So, yeah. That's what I live with.
So I used to be big into Miami, but I used to go every year and visit. That's how the podcast started, sort of.
I know.
I went to Miami and then
got in trouble.
And, a little bit, and then okay. So, anyways, bad mom. You're a bad mom. You started. Your mom.
Bad moms of comedy.
Bad mom, I know,
when you say you're a bad mom, I think we should just okay. I'm a bad moms of comedy. Moms with a Z. Does not make me a bad mom. Makes me a better mom, I think.
You started comedy later in your life. Why'd you start? You were at a show, right? And you saw a flyer and you stole it, right?
Yeah.
You stole the whole flyer so nobody else could do comedy.
Yep. That's what I do.
And was it Chris Higgins? Was he your...
He was my first teacher.
Chris. Oh, yeah, Chris. I might see him soon.
Tell him I said
Possibly, yeah. I've been trying to do far... Have you done far... Oh, you can't do Farbar's podcast because you're not single.
No.
He won't let... I can do it. People who were single and did it, I can come back and do it. So we've been trying to...
Yeah, I haven't been single in so long, I don't even know what to talk about.
No. So anyways, sure. You started comedy. When did you start the show?
Bad Moms?
Yeah.
We started in May of 2022. So it's just grown really
pandemic,
fast.
Right?
Yeah. So I went in, we were still doing class at the Lincoln Lodge with Chris with our masks on. So none of us knew if anyone was good looking or not. It's fine.
The COVID mask. Yeah, I remember that, Lincoln Lodge. So when you met Jay Leno,
Okay, maybe you should take a step back. How did I meet Jay Leno? It's not like he was in my class.
He wasn't in your class.
No one can think as fast as you can.
But he's not wearing... What I noticed is... We'll get to it, but just one thing I noticed is that he was wearing... Usually I see him wearing... The top shirt was not denim, just the bottom, right? It was a non-denim shirt. It was like a blue shirt, but it was not... I don't know if you remember he was wearing denim or not. He's known... I think it's called the Canadian tuxedo, the all denim thing. But I remember the top shirt was not denim. But you met Jay Leno, Kelly Clarkson, all at the same time because you wrote a piece somewhere, right?
Yes, I wrote a piece for Chicago Parent Magazine. Mm-hmm. And they read it. A producer at the Kelly Clarkson show read it. She called me and she said, "Come on our show." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? How did you read this?" My mother didn't even read this. And that was it. My mother. Are you writing down my mother? What are you, Freudian over here?
No, I have a few questions.
Okay.
Jewish mothers. Is your mother proud of you comedically? Let's not get to the rest of your career. Because I know there's like moms. Would you say your mom is overbearing or not because you're the daughter, right? Is it more the son?
I come from a very strong female lineage. Like her mother was strong. All of the women in our life are tough.
Wait a second. Your mom said you weren't not you weren't funny, but you're not
the unfunniest of her children.
When'd she say that?
Because that's my mother. No, it's fine. She's a very smart, very successful person. She's hysterical herself. Don't ever play her in Scrabble. She will scream you.
That's the word one, right?
That's the word one.
Like I didn't grow up playing board games.
I love board games.
And then my girlfriend, they play board games, but they're like very competitive. So it gets like aggressive. And so, yeah, people fight.
What do they like playing in their house?
I'm trying to think. So there's a thing called, there's something with cards and there's a thing that spins. I remember they play that. It's like
Uno?
No. Oh, they played Uno too. They were big on Uno, which I learned that later in life how to even play. The only thing I knew how to play was poker.
Because there's Uno spin now. Because, they have to make a new Uno.
It's like, it's poker, but it's a thing where you spin and you put the poker chips in there, Roundopoly or something.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I'll have to check that out.
I don't know if you guys played it up, but
our house is full of games. We love playing board games, and we are very competitive in our house.
Yeah, she's too competitive. Like I'm kind of competitive, but not like she has to win, and then and then her son's competitive, and I'm just like, is your husband competitive, or is he more like?
It depends. Like we have our moments. Like we have to win games. That's it. My kids too. We have to win. Yeah.
So what I was saying was, I don't remember.
It was a very intense pandemic in our house. We played a lot of games.
What did you? Well, I knew this is what I knew: poker, and that's it. Because my dad was I guess he was a gambler, but he also cheated at gambling. So like, I'd watch him, and he'd get he was sitting there with a little needle and he was messing with the cards. And then afterwards, I see he put the plastic and he had the heat gun. And he's like, and there's a bunch of things that I don't know if you notice. I didn't notice as a kid, like, oh, this is not right. And I'm just saying, like, oh, I wonder what he's doing. Don't even think about it, right? Anyway, and then we play or whatever, but he's marking the cards and then putting them back. Because I had a joke about this. My first card was a Mitsubishi Eclipse, like a 92, that he won in a poker game because they were in the basement playing for like 2 days. Poker. So no, that's wild. I think right now, my mom just said the other day, like, I think your dad's in hiding. He's in Mexico. He got deported like 13 years ago, but I think he's in hiding right now. She told me, like,
from all the poker games.
no, what is he in hiding? And I was like, my friend asked me. He was like, "Oh, your dad's in hiding." He's like, the law or other people? I was like, I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't get details.
So you haven't talked to your dad in a while?
No. Well, I sent him a picture the other day of like baby, but sometimes like he'll message me. Like now he knows to message me, okay, and not just hit me up for money, because you know what I mean. Because before he was there, and then finally, like I think my mom told him, like, look, Javai's getting pissed. Like, stop just hitting him up for money.
He's a comic. He doesn't have any. No, like, we did not go into this because we're rolling in it. No.
Like, well, yeah, probably why I did comedy. Like nobody goes into wait. Oh well, no. You say you have a good childhood, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my parents are divorced, but I didn't want for like love or affection. Like,
wait, you and Todd then both have divorced parents, don't you?
Yeah, there's a few of us out there. Yes.
Did they get divorced when? What era?
I was so young.
So it was before.
Yeah, like I don't even remember my dad living in the house. Yeah, I think they were separated when I was 4.
Did they remarry?
My dad remarried, but not until I was 20.
Okay. And
then my mom, no. My mom, as she says, does not get along well with others. So, yeah, no, it's fine. It's all good. No worries. Got 2 brothers, older. I'm the youngest. I'm the annoying one.
The funny brothers?
Yep.
Part of your mother?
Right. So basically she can't listen to this podcast. Got it. Yeah.
What is she? Has she come to a show?
She's come to a lot of them.
Okay, so she's supportive.
Oh yeah. This was surprising. It's nothing I ever talked about. I never said I wanted to be a stand-up comic. It was one of those things that it just hit me at the time that I went, yeah, I want to try this.
What show? Remember what show you watched? Who was there? This is at Lincoln Lounge, right?
Yeah, it was my own show. Like I hadn't gone to an actual live comedy show in so long. I mean, you watch stuff on Netflix, but it wasn't something that I said, I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. And then when you do it and you get that bug and you make people laugh and they're listening to you. And also I have teenagers that do not listen to me. So it was really nice to have 5 minutes of people listening to me. I had a great time. And because I have a PR and marketing background, it was, I hate to say it was easy for me to put together this Bad Moms of Comedy because this was a niche. No one's doing it. And we're selling out shows. It's pretty cool. Like moms need stuff to do. They want stuff to do.
They need to get out of the house. Right.
They need girl time. They need friendship time. They need to laugh.
Did you work?
Did you say Jew or did you?
God damn. So
no, every time you say Jew, I just take a shot of whiskey.
Did you growing up, oh, God damn it. Now it's like coming out. Okay. But anyways.
I'm just watching you do it. It's fine.
Did you work when you raised, when they were younger, the first few years?
Yeah, so I was a TV news reporter. I was doing the news the day my son was born. I was now in, where was I? West Palm Beach, Florida. And a hurricane was coming.
Which one? After Andrew?
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. I'm not that old.
I don't remember. Andrew's, I'm not good with age.
Andrew's the one why you know Andrew's because it was the biggest, right? No, this was Hurricane Jean in 2004. And it was coming and I'm like, I'm got to give birth. So I'll see you later. Like I literally checked off the air, went to the hospital and got my C-section because he was backwards and upside down. So, yeah, that was great. It was perfect. And
then when did you have your second?
And then we got pregnant. So they're 20 months apart to the day. So did not know this was going to happen. So I found out I was pregnant on my son's first birthday. So I would have overthought the second.
Or you started getting...
I just wasn't feeling well. And yeah. And it's when you're I'm going to get a little whatever. Right. This is natural. When you're breastfeeding, you kind of like, okay, you're not taking your birth control pill because you're trying to get pregnant, and then you have to take it again, and you kind of forget because for months you didn't take it to get pregnant, then you didn't take it because you were pregnant, and then you sort of like forget, and guess what? If you don't take it, it doesn't work. So, yeah.
I use an app called...
How was your period?
Yeah.
Good flow?
She's ovulated today or yesterday.
Oh, because you're like, I need to lay off.
So I don't use birth control, so I use the app, and then it's like, all right, this is that's the safe days.
That's the modern pullout method. Awesome.
Well, that's mine. That's use it because I'm against birth control.
Does she know you're tracking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because today I was like,
Do you also then know when she's moody?
Well, I don't bring it up anymore, but I used to. I'm like, this is your period. I've learned to just leave it alone because I used to be like.
Oh, please. My husband still says it. He's like, oh, this is going to start soon.
Yeah. Because before I'd be like, are you acting like this because it's because you're on your period, you're upset with me? And so it's in the period.
But now you know because you have the app.
Yeah.
Is your phone confused? Because they're like, you're not supposed to have it, Giovanni.
Mm-hmm. No, let me just see. I'm kind of curious.
I didn't realize that your boyfriend or your significant other can track your cycle for you.
Oh, today, ovulation. So
Great.
then, because if you look at it, these are the days, and it gives you the percentages.
So you need to go for a marathon run after this, so you're not going home.
No.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Todd Glover's next. He might turn you on. I'm just saying.
We've known each other for a long time. Okay, so you went out to LA. Okay, they contacted you.
Contacted me, and they said, do you have other moms? And I said, I do. And I actually initially had Lindsay Porter coming, but she's a member of SAG, so she couldn't go. They would have had to put her in like first class and all this stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Screen Actors Guild for people who don't are in the biz.
And
so it's the union for actors.
So Leah Berman thankfully came, and Colleen Brennan, amazing comic, amazing friend. She came. We had a lovely night. I actually dragged my co-producer on the Bad Moms of Comedy show, Allison Perry. She's a good friend of mine since I was 16 years old. And she's not a comic. So it's pretty cool that she helps. And so I dragged her with me. And yeah, we went to LA. It was crazy.
So what did Leno... You recorded your conversation with him. Does he know you recorded him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I still haven't listened to it.
So you like asked, hey, Mr. Leno, or did you call him Jay?
So I'm a former journalist, right?
Okay.
So I have no problem asking questions. So I asked a ton of stuff. Anytime I can talk to a comic about what their process is, how they come up with material, when do they find time to write, how do they edit, how do you kill your darlings, anything like that, I'm all about learning. And because I started this late, so I don't have much time. So this face is going to fall off in like 5 years. So like I've got maybe 5 years. Yeah.
Mr. Leno used to do. So
I called him Mr. Leno, and he was like, whoa.
He used, because I know he used to do, like when he started, there was no comedy like there is now. So it was, I think he did like mob bars, strip clubs, and it was opening for.
You know what's funny? He didn't bring up the strip clubs on the Kelly Clarkson show.
It was like maybe.
He talked about hiring writers early on.
Yeah.
So we can come up with more material faster, which I thought was really smart.
Do you collab?
So that was, it's anytime you talk to a comic, as long as, but I will tell you, like, he was like, oh, you do PTA shows? Like, yeah.
What's wrong with the PTA?
He's like, well, you should be for everybody. And I'm like, you're not for everybody. No comic is for everybody. That's almost impossible.
That's the thing with Leno.
And not just that. Part of me was just like, why can't moms just have this? Why do we have to change so that... And by the way, it's enjoyable. I don't care if you have a penis or not. You're going to laugh. That was very forceful. I'm like, you're going to laugh.
You're going to laugh.
Yeah,
dick
it's funny.
No dick.
It's fucking hysterical.
Well, Jay's always been like... That's his mindset. Like, I got to please every... He has this, it's a poor mentality.
Good for him. But good for him, and he found his lane. I like this lane.
Yeah.
I like that moms get to say, hey, being a mom is hard. I don't love it every day. It's okay. I love my children. Every day can be a challenge. So sometimes you love your children. Sometimes you don't like them. And that's okay.
when your children started talking, is that when it changed things? Because he can't talk yet, really. Well, it's a cute talking.
Oh, so cute, so right? When they're one.
It's like, right. It's talking a few words here and there, but like no talking back. Like,
but he's got the eye contact with you and he thinks you're so cool, right? Like, he's like, whatever you do, you are amazing. Like, you can like roll a ball to him and he's like, oh my God, you're like an NFL player. Teenagers are the opposite. They grunt at you and they roll their eyes.
Do you remember the first, because I remember like, when I'm not saying they're embarrassed, but there's that moment where you see on TV, it's like, oh, don't do this in front of me at school. When they when they turned on you, like, did it happen? They still love you. I'm still their friend, but there's a point where teenagers, it's like, Mom, really?
So anthropologically, I get why they're doing it. They're trying to become adults, right? They're eventually going to fly the coop. They're eventually going to leave, get jobs, go to college, whatever it is, right? And so they're pushing you away. I get why they're doing it. Gosh, it's mean. It can be so mean. And they know your secrets. So they know what hurts you.
They know everything. Well, you know what hurts them, but you're the parent. So
I can't use it. I mean, if I was it's not called Horrible Moms of Comedy, just a bad mom. But yeah, no, it's tough. But I get it. I get why they're doing it. And I know eventually we're going to be fine again. We're pretty
I think after the 20s, like was it my sister? Yeah. Me and her didn't go along. Because I have
What's the age difference between you and your sis?
I'm 38. She's between 30 and 33 or something.
Oh, that's a huge age difference.
So
she was always annoying and younger.
38, 30-ish, let's say she's 32. Let's average it out. And my other one is 16.
Oish.
So it's like, and the younger one I helped raise in the beginning. So right now she doesn't like me. Right. So it's, she'll mess.
She's 16.
Yeah, she's 16. She doesn't like me.
Because you're so not cool.
And we're not, I guess we're alike, right? Like, so I'm the type, I don't know if if you have an issue with your friends or something, you confront it or you don't and you don't talk to, and shut people, and you shut down. I kind of do that. I'm like, I'll shut down and just not talk to you or kind of cut it off. Like I'm better now, but
it depends on the friend.
Yeah.
It depends if they're worth it. If they're worth it, I'll talk to them.
Oh, you know what? Just comic-wise, this is what happened when I would see people steal material, or maybe parallel thinking, maybe, I don't know. I'd see them, right? If it's somebody I respect or I knew, I talk to them like, hey, that joke's kind of like this. But it's somebody who I was like, yeah, you're kind of like not really into it, or I don't respect you. I'm not going to waste my energy. I'd let it go. But that was my rule on what stealing. Like.
So you've been doing comedy how long?
I don't know.
Ballpark.
Let's say 6 years when the pandemic hit, right?
Okay.
And then after that, I kind of slowed down to the podcast. I do some stuff here and there, not as much. I've been doing the roast battles. They're fun. Mm-hmm. But it was 6 years, was like, not every night because I'm in the suburbs.
So I have a question. How would you say that some of your best friends are comics, or you sort of keep them at arm's length?
Let's see. I have my comic friends. Right? And then I have a core group of friends, and there's like just a few of us. 2 of them are a different state, and a few here, but we talk every day, right? Every day, usually either in the morning, on my lunch, or my girlfriend hates this because she feels I talk to too many people. Like, I'm on the phone all the time.
You never hear guys on the phone. This is actually impressive.
And it's a conference because usually I call this guy and then I call the other guy. And this is non-comics. These are my non-comic friends. And we're on on the drive to work, I'm on the phone with them if I'm not talking to my girlfriend or FaceTiming. And then...
Don't FaceTime when you drive. Huh? Don't FaceTime when you drive.
The car drives. But then there's the auto drive on it. But then, and I have the thing, the pop socket. But yeah, the car drives. And then in the afternoon, so every day she's like, maybe like a little jealousy, like, do you talk to your friends more than, and sometimes I do, if they don't pick up, I'll go to sometimes it's like, I don't know, maybe I just need to talk to people on the phone. I like to talk. Mm-hmm. So then I'll go.
You want that connection.
Yeah, so
right,
I'll call,
that's fine.
And then I'll call Todd. Todd is one of my friends I talk to on the phone. There's a guy named Andre I talk to. I talk to Eric sometimes, Eric Pinnell.
I feel like most men don't do something like that. I think guys are in more group texts because there's still like a barrier of like, I don't have to really show myself. But what you're saying is very...
We have a group text, but we talk like every day. Right. Mostly get into it. But
that's interesting.
And it's a conference call. So let's say one guy doesn't have to be in it all the way. It's not like a one-on-one. You got to be fully engaged the whole time. I could be doing something.
And one guy is not going to be mad if he didn't make the call.
Yeah, it didn't make it. They don't always make it.
You try doing that with women. Like, oh my God, you guys talk without me. No, you can't do that.
So I have my girlfriend, I have female friends, and I was just talking to my female friend about it. I won't say her name because I don't know what she wants me to say this or not. She doesn't
want to admit she's your friend, or
she might be a comic, or she might have been on podcast, maybe this one, I don't know. But it's and I'm like, how? She was just, I won't do too many details, but it's like, why?
Why do women do that?
This is what I said today. Like, I feel like women are so nice to each other, like, at their face, but then they hate each other's guts, and I see it like through female friends.
It's because we grew up with scarcity mentality.
George Lopez, Ralph Barbosa.
Yeah, there's only limited things that were. I mean, let's face it. It wasn't that long ago we actually had rights, or that we could actually get our own bank accounts. And I can hear guys rolling their eyes at listening to this podcast, but it's true.
Yeah,
and so
suffrage.
when you say that women don't get along, it's because we couldn't, because we were like, okay, once the doors opened, they were only open a crack. Only 1 or 2 women can get in. So there was a scarcity mentality. Who's going to get it? And then think about back in the caveman days. It was who's going to get the best mate
to survive.
Right. And so like no one talks about like the dork that, the cave woman ended up with. And she's like, okay, I'll take him.
The cave incel.
Right. Like, right. The cave incel. Fine, I guess. The cave incel. That's a good one.
Kincel. I don't know. But
he's like, I can't make fire, but I can totally like be emo about it.
Yeah. And then, but you're not going to survive back then because there's
right.
saber-tooths.
So again, it's that scarcity mentality. So I think women are starting to realize that the doors are opening way more. I think this next generation of women are going to be better about that. But if you are a woman who is mean to other women and you have a daughter, that daughter's probably going to be mean to other women too.
You're in PTA, right? You see do you have to be around parents? I think Louis had a joke about this, that you don't want to be around because you're kids.
Of course.
Yeah, right? It's like...
Actually, both of my kids have made friends and I actually like their parents. Thank God.
Thank fucking God.
Well, same thing with my husband, though. Like back then, because we met when I was 23 years old, 24. And so when I'd meet his friends and they date a girl, I'm like, am I going to like her? Because I know this guy's not going anywhere. I'm like, am I going to like her? So, yeah. Don't you have that too? Like if your girlfriend brings...
She has no
like
friends. She does. I feel like most of the females I've met or know, like there's a few that actually have had strong... do they? But eventually it's like... They have no friends. They do, but then she was friends with her, but not anymore because of this and that. Like, I'm trying to think of like she had a best friend, but they're not friends anymore. They had, there was a show called, remember that girl? She was very popular. She was she was the it girl maybe 7 years ago. Zoe
Deschanel?
Deschanel.
Yeah.
She was in some show.
Yeah.
Apartment 30. I forgot which one.
No, it's
New Girl.
New Girl.
She was a New Girl, but there's a scene in New Girl with her friend.
And she always sounds like she has peanut butter in her mouth.
Yeah. Her, wait, is that
Zoe Deschanel. And then her sister is on Bones. Just, there's my little esoteric.
Oh, she was on Bones?
Yes.
How does her sister look? Can you pull up Zoe Deschanel?
They both have like piercing blue eyes, but her sister doesn't have.
She looks like Goldberg.
She looks like Goldberg. Right. Not bald.
Oh, I don't know.
D-E-C-H-A-N.
P-I-M-P. Allergy. That's Do or Die from Chicago. It was a rap band.
This is really interesting that you have this, and this is a podcast. So
she dated that guy?
I think she's married to him.
He's one of the twins that works on houses, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. Put in sister. Look at that Chinchadley.
See, Sister Bones, Emily Deschanel.
It's her. I know her.
There you go.
She was in Bones, which you just told me.
Look at me. Now I feel like the more you know should be like careening across your head. The more you know. Oh, look, we're almost the same age. Nice. But yeah, girls can be weird. Women can be weird, but you can also find your crew. I actually find it commendable that you have this like dude crew that you guys talk. And do you guys get deep on the phone? Or is it mostly surface stuff?
Give me an example what it's deep. I don't know what's deep.
Be like, I don't know if I'm going to be a good dad.
Maybe, but it's how I usually is. Am I serious? I'm trying to think. We kind of are, or I could be. I'm honest. I don't know if I'm deep, but
okay,
I don't know what deep is, to be honest with you. So me saying that, I was like, I don't know.
Deep was how much you poured your whiskey before we came in here.
Yeah, I go deep. But this is a problem with me is, to me, what deep is and not deep, it's the same. This is me like, I can be a good dad. It's kind of at the same level. Like, I don't know.
Are you worried about that?
No.
Being a dad?
Never even. You know what's funny? Like, I never even thought about it. Like, people ask, how is it being a dad? I was like, it just is. Like, I'm a dad. I have a son.
He didn't come out 15. He came out a baby.
Yeah. So it's like, every once in a while, I have those moments. I see him like, oh, shit. But usually it's like, this is the new norm. And it's like, I'm a dad. I have a son now. Now I go to work. Now I feed him. Now I take care of him. Now I play with him. It's maybe this is kind of how I am.
He's in bed by 6:30, which is amazing.
Wow.
No, yours doesn't sleep early? No.
I hope not, because I get home kind of late. Oh. You know what I mean? I work till 7. I have a late shift at work.
Okay.
No, sometimes when he fights his sleep, he's very stubborn.
Because he doesn't want to miss anything. He's got FOMO.
Yeah, he definitely has FOMO. Yeah. He does not. He fights. He's violent.
Or FOMO, which is severe fear of missing out.
Do you have FOMO?
My daughter had FOMO. Oh my God. My son, he put his head on the pillow, he would sleep. My daughter would be like, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on. But no, I don't know if it's deep, but it's
Do I have FOMO, you ask?
Yeah.
No, I'm too old to have FOMO. I'm done. I'm done trying to figure out what the next big thing is or whatever.
Like, I can't, I'm not a cheater. I used to be. But, like, again, even if I'm too old, like, I'm not gonna.
Wait, you're 30 what?
38. I have a kid, I have a girlfriend, a job.
Have you not been to the Viagra Triangle? Those guys are cheating all the time, and they're like 80 years old.
Well, why? Like, well, I'm busy. Well, maybe
Triangle.
This is time. Like, okay.
Yeah, there's time.
I got to go to work. I got to see my son. Like, now
I got to talk to my friends for 5 hours.
And I have to talk to another woman and then do that. And it's like,
I got to track her cycle.
Yeah, that's too much. Like, I have a friend who maybe does a lot of that, and it's exhausting watching him. Like, I ain't trying to do all that. It's like, for what? No cheating. It's funny. Like, no one needs to see this. That's my opinion. I'm too old. No one needs to see this. No, I'm more. It's like,
I wake up in the morning like a bridge troll.
I don't want to get in a fight with somebody else, and like, one's enough. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in one relationship.
But you used to cheat. Why did you cheat?
Oh, well,
because you weren't happy in the other relationship?
I didn't want to be in a relationship.
Got it.
And I kind of got, not guilted into one, but maybe a little bit. That's how I felt on my side. But I was like 25 and I was ready to just party and drink. And then I felt bad. I was like, all right, I'll do this. But then I wanted to party and drink. And that's what I did. So like, it wasn't the right time. It was not. I matured at 35. I started maturing. Okay. That was like I don't know. It's younger than most men, actually. So good for you. I think 35. Look at him getting like promping up on the seat. He's like, yeah, look at me. I'm 35. I can do this. I can do this. I was like, I can be an adult. You know what I mean? You start like, I think your testosterone levels drop, and there's something else that drops. I think I heard this statistic. Your balls. I wonder. Like, I'm gonna go to the doctor because my balls. I hope have been hurting. Dropped earlier than 35. But anyways, they've been hurting. No, your testosterone dropped. Okay. All right. Maybe that's why you have to be on the phone with your friends all the time. Maybe you're turning into a woman. You're just like, I have to talk to my girls. I've always been. Well, this is another thing with the women. Okay, you have your crew, right? I've got lots of crews. I'm sort of like, I'm a dabbler. Okay. But do you have a tight girlfriend or no? Yes. Okay, so you do. One or two? Okay. Yeah, Yeah. I mean, definitely one for sure. Allison knows everything. Allison Perry is my co-producer on Bad Moms, and we talk all the time. We travel well together. I pretty much talk to her every day. And then I've got other people that are like, I'll talk to them for like 2 weeks, every day for 2 weeks, and then we'll stop. But, I've got my PR crew. I've got my mom crew. I've got my comedy crew. I've got my high school crew and my college crew. Are you... digital, or are you planner as far as how you organize? You seem very organized. You have to be, right? For what you do. So funny. Organized. You should see my house. Agendas, things like that. Yeah, I definitely have Google Calendar. Okay. We have a family Google Calendar. We know where everybody is. Yeah, me and my girlfriend have a calendar. Like, okay, this is, and I told my other friend, like, you should get a calendar because you're not going to remember anything that Your
and
wife
it's okay.
says,
and guess what? You're still going to ask, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah. And she's like,
just look at the freaking calendar.
Well, that's what she said. It's in the calendar. Like, I didn't know, the other day, I didn't know you had an appointment. It's in the calendar. And I was like, well, I didn't look at it. You know what I mean? What are you going to do about it? Right? You're going to fight me? So I was watching Chucky. Right.
Now we're back to the beginning, everybody.
No, I was watching, not Chucky. Kelly. How was Kelly? You said she's a...
Kelly Clarkson?
She has a dirty mouth.
Oh, my God. She swears like a sailor. She's awesome. She's so nice. She's really genuine.
Mixed her up with the other one.
Which other one?
The one who makes the bad pozole. Rachel Ray. I didn't realize...
Kelly, one of them is a chef and one of them is a singer.
Yeah, but they have a show where... One of them doesn't cook.
They look nothing alike.
A little bit?
You're just like all white women look alike.
Gentile white women look alike, right? What's another word for Gentile? Leah told me, right?
Yeah, I just listened to that podcast today.
It was...
Shiksa?
Shiksa. So it's Shiksa. There's Elaine was a Shiksa. What's your favorite character on Seinfeld?
Back to Seinfeld. I love them all. I can't choose. My brother kind of looks like Kramer, so I got to go with Kramer.
Before the Laugh Factory incident.
Yes. Well, no, they still have the same hair. It's all good. Hey, you know what? We all learn. We've all had bad moments. And that's when, we hope that those bad moments are never recorded.
What was your worst moment in college?
In college?
And as a mom. And you know what? No, you're a mom. As a mom, what's like fuck?
What's my worst moment?
Not worst moments, but it's moments it's like fuck. Like another mom, a new mom would be like, would take this and hear like, all right, it's going to be okay. Or it's not.
It's going to be okay. You are going to screw up. You are going to do it wrong. You are going to have times that you are exhausted and you're not going to make the best decisions or you're going to snap. I'm not saying hit, but I'm just saying like, ugh, I just can't deal with this right now. Just, if you can just take a minute and go back to your kids and say, I screwed up. I'm sorry. You're going to screw up too. You're going to yell at me sometimes. It's tough. It is. I have a joke that says, for anyone that says parenting isn't hard, I have to ask you, when's the last time your boss demanded that you make them mac and cheese and made that demand while you were on the toilet?
Oh yeah, I can never go to the bathroom. I have
the second they hear that.
I have a tote in front of it right now.
Right now. No. If I go into the bathroom now, even teenagers, if I close it really, really, and there's like, click, they're like, Mom! And I'm like, I've been around for the last 2 hours. No one wanted to talk to me. The second I'm in the bathroom, Mom! It's like Pavlov's dog. Pavlov's bathroom.
It's the bell, right?
With Pavlov. Yeah, with the dog.
With the Pavlov. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, it's the dog. My favorite's the dog.
All right. Because I have...
The dog is my favorite. Every time I come home, she's like, tell me everything. Everything. Wags her tail. My kids are like, what's for dinner?
Your husband, in the beginning, first kid, did you guys...
No, he is my first kid.
Oh, yeah. You say he's your first kid.
You are your girlfriend's first kid.
She says, I don't need 2 freaking babies. I was like, all right, whatever. But I get it. But in the beginning, was there... All right, right now it's like... We don't have a babysitter, kind of. Like today, we fired a babysitter today. Today was, as I was coming over here, we had
the first time you've had a babysitter?
So usually it was my mother-in-law most of the time.
Nice, free.
A few weeks ago, her and Jessica got into it. So they're like beefing, right? She's a little white trash. But but now they're kind of mending. But she basically told you can be around the kids, but don't be such white trash. And
got it.
Stop with the cursing. Not everybody's a fucking whore. And chill out a little bit. You can be around the kids, but just chill out on the white trash. Do me that favor. So we had one today, but this babysitter, I don't know if she's on the spectrum or something, but she's very cold. Like the baby was just crying, and then nothing. And like today, I think Jessica went over there. It's like, oh, if he's crying, maybe. I think this was the steak or the dagger or whatever killed it. She's like, well, maybe when you pick him up, maybe when you pick him up, kind of put your arms out first before you pick him up and like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, honey, picking him up is picking him up. And I was like, all right. So when I think that was like, all right, she messaged me, like, I'm going to see if somebody could pick up the baby. We'll find a new Tuesday babysitter. Mm-hmm. And it was like, yeah, it was done. Like
finding a babysitter is hard. It is so hard. And you have to be so nice to them because they're holding your most precious object and you're shelling out money. Like Did
you have a circle? Like we have right now, I don't have a circle.
No, so you're really early in the process. here's the thing. You don't have a circle because your friends who have good babysitters are not telling you about those babysitters. They're keeping them. They're not sharing them. They're like, no, this bitch is mine.
This is real scarcity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good sitters. No, everyone have a good sitter. Everyone's like, oh, suddenly checking their nails. They're like, no, I don't have one. No, if you have a good one, you don't give that one away.
No, yeah. So this one, she gone.
But are you doing like North Shore Mom Spot and all those other like Facebook things? Like, tell her to go on those.
She's on Kenosha. Well, actually, there's
because you guys live in Kenosha.
I'm in Kenosha. I'm in.
You just keep getting further and further away from the city.
Yeah. Well, I was always.
How
in
dark
Beach
is
Park.
it out there at night? I'm scared to like go to the suburbs at night now. Like I'm used to the little glow of the city.
The light.
Does this make me sound like I'm 1,000 years old?
Oh, you're in the city? No, are you in the city or the real city?
The real city.
Not Evanston, right?
Really? My kids go to CPS.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I'm a suburb person. I grew up in the suburbs. I love the suburbs.
Couldn't do it.
I couldn't do the city, which is funny.
I couldn't do the suburbs.
Well, maybe I could do the south side. I don't know. You know what? When I'm in the north side, it just feels like I'm a little, okay, so I'm an elitist. Like I hate Wisconsin. I live there, but I just said the name. I hate even saying it.
Wisconsin's lovely.
If you don't live there, you live. I live
right,
there.
I visit and I apple
That's
pick.
fun. That's fun to visit. I don't have to. Where I shop and go to grocery stores, there's people with Packer stuff on, and I have no problem with the Packers. It's something about wearing the gear
all the time.
People a little bit bigger there. I got big, but it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of an Illinois elitist. Even driving in Illinois, like in Libertyville, Highland Park, the air is different. It's Wisconsin. It's like very Wisconsin. It's like, all right, you eat cheese curds. I can fucking get it. It's fried cheese. What's the big deal?
They're delicious. And you can dip them in anything.
I'd rather have tater tots.
Tater tots are great too.
Fancy, stinky cheese. You know what I mean? Or is there Jewish cheese?
That's a really good question. I have never heard of a Jewish cheese except for the stuff between my toes.
Jewish question. What's the difference between a latke and a potato pancake?
They're the same thing.
Then what? Okay.
It's just the Yiddish.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I mean, the same.
Don't you have certain? You said you're Mexican by.
Yeah.
Okay. No, so don't you have certain Mexican words that you use instead of English words that are the same thing?
Oh, so it's Spanglish kind of.
Yes, Yiddish is exactly that. It was this like combination of different languages.
Wait, so Yiddish is not Hebrew?
No, Yiddish is not Hebrew.
Hebrew.
It's got a little bit of Hebrew, a little bit of Polish, a little bit of Russian, a little bit of German. It's just like this hodgepodge.
Did you say you don't miss the North Shore? Where'd you grew up in?
I grew up in Highland Park, not that far from you.
Damn.
Yeah, not my thing.
Okay, a few things I don't like about Highland Park. The wives.
It's like half the people. Okay.
Oh, let's say the country club wives. The country club wives. Like you work, so you're not a country club wife.
Listen, Highland Park moms do work. Mm-hmm. Don't say they all don't work.
So. And no, if you're a mom, being a mom is a full-time job. So if you're a mom and you're working, I'm there.
No. I'm literally saying, I know I have friends that live in Highland Park. My sister-in-law lives in Highland Park. They all have full-time jobs. Like that
those are the ladies I would love to caddy for because they were the one.
You'd like to drink with them.
Or drink with them. Because look, when I caddy, there was a few loops that I loved. Mrs. Goldman, Salati. They worked and they were normal. I'm going to say normal. They were normal people and I could talk to them. But then there was...
They weren't entitled.
And then I don't know if it's entitled. I don't know what it is. It's weird. And then there was the North Shore wives that did not work.
But you're going to have that in every city. You're going to have that in Chicago. You're going to have that in Naperville. You're going to have that anywhere. There's a Karen everywhere, right? And then you have the entitled dads, which that suck too.
Well, I'll relate it to golfers. I'm okay with a golfer being angry and aggressive and borderline violent. Don't have a problem with it. But the guys that were
you're
whining,
just carrying on a metal stick. That's going to be great.
Yeah, I can move. But you know what I mean? You're going to have to tip me more if you're going to throw that stick around me. But the guys that are whining, but the wives were like, the non-working wives, they were like in a whole different world. And it was
I think something happens when you don't have enough to do. You have to make things to do. And it makes you insane.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
Do you know any retired people? Retired people are insane. Because they were used to being in charge. And then they're retired and they have nothing to do. And so anytime they're like, oh my God, the water guy has to come here. And they have to complain about the water guy for like 45 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, retirement is not working for you.
What do you complain about? What annoys you or irks you?
What annoys me? What irks me?
Like, okay, I'll tell you.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you when this happened today. Like, I was driving here and I missed a few turns because I had the GPS on, and the GPS ruins my life because I don't pay attention.
Which GPS? Is it Waze?
The one in my car.
Oh.
But then the volume wasn't on, and then so I didn't hear. And I was on the phone with two of my friends, same thing, and I was like, just missed the fucking exit. But then, so I have to go right, and I have to go to the iPass, and there's a guy or somebody who's at the iPass, the one you just passed, not the one you give change at. And obviously, they don't have an iPass. They went in the wrong lane, and they're just sitting there with their right turn signal in front of it, blocking it. So I'm like, can you move out of the way? Like, I want to take you out. And anyways, what you say, something irks you? Or
so you're saying bad drivers irk you?
I used to have road rage.
Yes.
And I don't anymore.
Oh, I fully talk to other cars when I'm in the car.
No, like I've gotten out of my car younger. Oh. I've chased people down in parking lots.
You seem so much calm. I'm so glad I'm in a small room with you. This is great.
Years ago. I don't have that road rage. Now I get a little upset. I'm like, but then it's like, what are you going to do? But
no, I'm a very aggressive driver. Like, you want me to drive you places.
You drive in the city now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but my mom was an aggressive driver, even in Highland Park.
Oh, you said how your kids don't listen. It goes, kids don't listen, but they emulate. Is what they say.
And my kids do listen. I think I just repeat myself, right? Like, can you just, it's fine. They're fine. They're good kids. Like, I know, like Leah Berman was on your podcast and she's like, I love my son and all this stuff. And I'm like, I love my kids. I do love my kids. They're figuring out what adults they want to be.
What do they want to be? Do they have like?
My son said he wants to be a doctor.
Okay.
And my daughter wants to be a high school math teacher.
Okay. My niece wants to do something with Japanese music.
As long as neither of them said, I want to be an Instagrammer, I am totally fine.
An influencer.
I want to be an influencer. I want to swallow my own tongue.
You don't do TikTok dances, do you?
No, I did. I have a couple TikTok videos, but no dances.
But they're okay.
No, but I know how to dance, and I actually love going dancing.
Like salsa and all that stuff?
No, actually, I don't do salsa. I don't think my hips don't move that well. I love going to 80s nights. I love it, and anybody.
Are you a good dancer?
I'm amazing.
You're not Elaine, right?
I'm an amazing dancer.
Okay.
Like,
but
you want to go dancing with me because everyone's like, what's this mom doing here? We're not playing bingo. And then I go and I dance and they're like, holy shit, she can move. Like, I can move.
Where are these now? What
so
are they
have
playing?
80s nights
at playing at these 80s nights?
So the Holiday
Kaja
Club.
Gugu?
Very good. Very good. Too shy. That's a good one. So they play whatever see, this is the thing. I have a full-time job. I'm in a dual income household. I give the DJ $20 and he plays what I want. So I'm the best person to bring to a bar. So yeah, I'm having a good time.
Okay. We got plugs. We're running out of time here.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Please, my Mother's Day shows coming up. So we have 5 coming up on the weekend of Mother's Day. So Laughing Academy on
5 shows that weekend?
Yes.
Sorry. Damn.
Yeah.
No, actually, I produced a few shows.
No, it is 5. Well, whatever. We have a ton. So yeah, just go to ChicagoComedyWorks.com and check out the shows. So we're Laughing Academy in Glenview, Zanies in Chicago, and Harbor Brewing Company.
Zanies Old Town, right? Yeah, Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah. It's still Chicago.
Where's Harbor Brewing at? Is that the one in
Lake Villa?
Oh, was that? Denise was just there the other day.
We're doing it with Denise.
Yeah, I love Denise. She's been on a podcast.
Denise has been on one of my mom shows. I loved bringing these moms together.
Yeah.
We're trying to make stand-up comedy more of a social sport, more of a team sport. It's pretty much a single sport.
But yeah, it is. Maybe more like a live golf. Any last things you want to say, or maybe advice for comedians?
I have no idea who's going to tune into this. And if anyone gets to the end, I'm going to be surprised.
This advice, because you're good on the promotion and marketing side. A lot of comics are not. Do you have anything for those people to say, or not? Scarcity.
Treat your comedy and treat yourself as a brand. Like, whatever you're going to do, don't call up people, post on social, keep writing, keep doing it, keep making yourself known. Don't be afraid to ask. And don't be afraid to ask twice or 3 times or 4 times for a spot or for a gig or sending, and here's a new tape. Treat yourself like a brand. No one is going to come and find you.
And there's a lot of comics that do this. They'll try to get booked once or twice, and then they'll be like, oh, they didn't book me? F them. I don't like...
Well, it's a process. Maybe you didn't fit in that certain realm of time. Just keep trying.
And I would say, if you've never produced a show and you're a comic, produce a show and you see what it's like on the other side.
It's hell.
And it's hell, but it opens your eyes like, oh, that's why that person didn't book me, or that's why. And it makes so much, it's like, it opens up this whole new world.
Yeah, you got to think about your lineup. You got to think about, the presentation of all of it. And the other thing is too, when you do get booked, correspond with the producer. Make sure they know your number. When you're showing up, don't show up totally high or wasted. Like, it's just like, this is professional.
This is your job.
This is your career. If you really want to do this, treat it seriously. Like, I don't care if you drink after, you smoke after, do whatever, but you got to get up there and you got to kill. And that's how you're going to keep it.
Especially, there's these paid shows where people pay for a ticket, get a babysitter, which is what you heard.
Right.
Is incredibly
and you're
hard
clicking
to get.
in your brain. You're like, oh my God, it just cost me $30 just to drive to this venue to hear this comic. This better be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, do I have any plugs? Follow the Lobo Den Podcast on Instagram. I have a TikTok.
What's your advice for me?
I like what you're doing. I think, you know what? And then I'm going to tell you this. I was watching you on Clarkson, and then you're like a year and a half in, or two now?
Year and a half.
And then they told you, go do some jokes. And part of me, my heart sank. I was like, fuck, she just started. How is she going to do? I was like, because I like her, she's going to make a podcast. And then part of me was like, oh my God, she's about to eat shit.
Right.
Basically. And I saw it, I was like, oh shit. All right. But I started comedy when I was an adult, right? So I had a full-time job, was organized. So like, yeah, we start late, but even though we start, we can kind of come at it and organize. We don't have that 5 years. Some people don't do this, but that early 20s, dicking around with your friends. It's like, I have a full-time job. I got to get to this mic. I got to fucking work on material. I got to go home. Oh, I have shit to do. Versus those early 20s, you might be like, YOLO, whatever. And then, so as like...
Just keep writing. Just keep doing it. And I think back on that Kelly Clarkson bit, and that feels like forever ago. And that was just October, and it's March. And I'm just like, I have done so much since then.
And don't worry about your material that you're doing, because in 2-3 years, none of it is going to be in your set. Like,
it's so interesting, right?
None of it.
And how fast it's moving along,
jokes.
and how, I work with a writer once a week. Like, I really dedicated myself to it. I pay a writer to help me go through my stuff, and I write it, and then we just hone in. Because if I don't have that, I have a full-time job, I have kids. It's just really dedicate yourself to it. And when it pays off, man, it feels good. Yeah. It feels so good making people laugh. It's just...
Some of those shows, like I said the other day, like my first time I did a show and I hit my first laugh hit at a full packed out club, I was like, it felt better than sex. I was like, it's nothing compared to it, you know.
That's because you had sex with my husband.
You know what? Okay. Yeah. But, follow Lobo Den Podcast. And I had, like I said, I have a TikTok. I don't promote it. You know why. But then I also have an Instagram. It's Chinese spyware. Come on. But anyways, I have an Instagram. There's a Facebook. There's a crazy group on Facebook called the Lobo Den. So if you're a fan of the podcast, you'll probably like it. If you have any morals, you probably won't like it at all. But follow Lobo Den. Again, we have Justin.
And your theme music is amazing. Are you selling it? Like, can I get a CD? It's kind of like the Percolator. You just keep saying
I should put it on something, right?
You should.
I made it on
the Lobo Den.
That's me. That's my voice.
Right. You need to do like a video. You need to do a TikTok video.
I do. Not a TikTok video, but I do want to make like a little like rap music video at the club. I should. It was on my bucket list.
Lobo Den.
You know what I mean? Get like some strippers.
Great. Or get some bad moms.
I used to, before, when I was single, it was a lot of Mother's Day was like,
oh my God,
it was like 6 or 7 messages. Like, how you been? Happy Mother's Day. But, moms, it was all moms. I grew up in Waukegan. All you could date is single moms.
Got it.
Yeah. Take what you can get. All right. That sounded bad. I love the mom. All right.
That's a great way to end it. Like, he's just like, yeah, I'm hitting up all the moms. Great. Don't come to our shows.
Yeah. All right. Lobo Den. Thank you. All right. Lobo Den.